I have been living in this world for 3 months, had all of my villagers eaten by zombies. Twice. And it still looks like a mess. It is time to clean up my factory. Welcome to Going Green. So this area needs all the work in the world. I have been trading with these villagers because, you know, they got eaten for a second time. And so I've had to try to get them traded up again. And I'm tired of it. Villager wrangling isn't any fun at all. So I think what I'm going to do is let's build up this so it's safe for my villagers. And in all honesty, it's going to look so much better. So yeah, I'm going to start with the villager area first. This is going to make sense, I think. So we'll get this built out this way and at least get this little bit of a wall sorted out. Now I've got villagers here. This is all like dead space, which I may leave solid. I may hollow out. I have no idea. But this is going to be the basis of a wall coming up this way. Now, I'm not sure if that's going to be all, because I think I want to bring some stuff out this way. But this is going to be a good start, and then we'll see where the rest of this thing goes. The other thing that would be good is let's figure out the ceiling. Of course, putting the blocks in the right place, also helpful. Not good at that part of the game, unfortunately. You know, some people have skills. Some people are great at redstone. Some people are great builders. I struggle just to put blocks in the right place. But that's also not a torch. See, not only do I struggle to put blocks in the right place, I struggle to put the right blocks in the right place. I'm sorry, this is the level of skill you're just going to have to come to accept here on this channel. At some point, and it's not going to be today, and it's not going to probably be anytime this week, or perhaps anytime in the next 3 months. But at some point, I should really think long and hard about, you know, planning out a build. Okay? I know. It's a thing I don't do. I don't. There's a reason I build everything in survival, because I don't like building things twice. And that does sort of end up meaning I end up, well, building it once, but sort of slowly and janky, and that's just kind of how all of this goes. As I've been looking at this, I hate to do it, but just because it's going to be a lot of work, I want to move these villagers. I want to push them back here behind this wall and open this area up a little bit, because what we've got going on here, it just looks dumb. I mean, I don't mean to get too critical of my own work here, but yeah, that just looks, you know, stupid. So I think, oh, that's going to be a lot of work for future me. He's not going to be happy when he finds out about this. All right, but again, that's a problem for future me. Let's get the next layer of this thing done. So I'm up here at the warehouse level, and I am doing a little bit of interior work because I need to figure out where the ceiling is going to be. And I was thinking that I would do a little bit of a drop ceiling. I know, you look at Birch, what's wrong with you? Yes, this is going to be the same sort of drop ceiling that I've got over here. Let me free cam down and just remind everyone, if you've never seen it before, right? See, I've got this type of deal, right? And it looks like that sort of 80s style sound paneling drop ceiling goodness. Right, I'm going to do the same thing here, and this is basically going to come across this way. Now, the fun here is screwing up my checkerboard, right? Because that's really the hard part in all of this. But I want to bring this across because I'm going to have ceiling, right? That's for this layer below. And I don't know what's going to go above it, but I do know it's going to stop here, right? You can see that row of floor there. So yeah. So I'm going to bring this all the way across towards the tower, and then we're just going to kind of see where things go. I do need to be careful as I get closer to the tower. I think as long as I'm on this side of that deep slate, I'm out of golem spawning range. Because I don't want to accidentally get free-range golems spawning out here. Every one of them is asked in the brief moments between when they spawn in and when they drop to their flaming death, if they're okay with that. And none of them have complained, so I'm assuming they're okay. All right, I'm fairly certain the golems are perfectly fine with all of the flaming death. And if they're not, they can talk to the complaints department and HR after their time in the flaming death is done. I think that seems fair. I really do. So I've been getting this floor in on the warehouse level. Okay, yes, I know it's interior. I said I was going to be doing exterior. I just want to put this in place just to cover up basically where my villagers are. That way, at least nothing is going to be able to get down there and get to them. Okay, that's really the whole thing. The problem is I've run out of diorite, which is an interesting problem. So I guess I'm going to go see if I can get some diorite. Maybe I can craft it. Otherwise, I'm going to go mining and get this filled out. And my villagers will be safe. Well, this is lovely. I have a cobblestone generator and a quartz generator. I'm just going to craft all of my diorite. This is going to be great. So, all right. So I'll just grab some of this and see if I can't get this floor finished. I think at this point, my villagers should all be safe. The only way in is up through this elevator, through that elevator, where I do have a back door here, which said if I put a gate in, nothing's going to come through it because nothing can open gates. And right now, this is just my back way out to get to all of this hardware that's out here. So, and control systems to turn the villager breeder on and off and the iron farm on and off, which I may end up moving those, but for now they're there. But at least they're safe. A little time has passed and I have finished at least this portion of the outside of the build. I mean, look at that. Isn't it lovely? And now I think I want to get up here and slap a couple of clock faces in this tower. I think that's going to give it a little bit of nice detail. And, you know, who doesn't want to know what time it is? I'm sure many people, but I do. So let's get some clock faces built. But trust me, there will be making faces puns, probably, maybe. Don't worry, it's a thing. Once again in free cam, and this is basically the size of the clock. I think that's going to scale well with the tower. Now, I'm not going to just leave it open, of course. But I think what I'll do is I'm going to put some diorite back here behind it. And I'll probably end up shaping it and do some roundy goodness. But let's get that in place. And then we're going to play with something I have never used before. And that is these clockwork bearings. So let me get the backdrop of this face in place. And then we'll, I don't know, play with some clocks. So step one. Step one, I have what I hope is a reasonable hour hand right there. And then I've got this guy as a minute hand. Now, I think if I've read the manual correctly, you don't glue those things together. You just glue them to each other. Okay? Or to themselves, right? Yes, glue them to yourselves. No, wait. Try this again. Glue them to themselves, not to each other. Okay. That's just how you handle people. You glue people to themselves, not to each other. Otherwise, that's just a lawsuit waiting to happen. The next step comes around here on the back end as I try to figure out what English is. And what I need to do is I need to get a dealy bob. You know the dealy bobs. We all have dealy bobs. This is one of them. Grab a gearbox. This will become a vertical gearbox. And assuming I've done this correctly, this will come up here somewhere. Hang on, I need a little more scaffolding. Pop that in here and contraption o'clock. Okay, that seems like a, oh. Hey, check this action out. that clock looks like it's moving. I mean, you can't see it because of all the scaffolding that's in the way. Heck, man, if that isn't telling time, I don't know what is. Sweet. We've done it. That's all right. Shut it down. We've got a working clock. Okay. Huh. Cool. I love it when things work the way they're supposed to. All right, so awesome. So that's the minute hand. This is an hour hand, and it should. Oh, right, because it works like a regular clock, like the gold clocks. Dawn is here. Nighttime is over there. All right, cool. Oh, I'm getting killed. Awesome. So the odds of it knocking me off the tower were high. Yes. Why did I fall down? Yeah, I got knocked off by the clock. I guess it's time to clock out. Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize. That was really bad. Let's go get some stuff to make that clock face nicer. I don't think the circle by itself was going to do it. Now, I could... I mean, think of all the trapdoor options I have here, right? And it's not a huge number of them. But I could, like, do bamboo instead of... So you end up with a little bit of a yellow. Okay, I'm dead again. Okay, so those blocks I was going to leave for... I want to be a little more careful building the other side, but... Ow! Let that be a lesson to you. Don't let your clock boss you around. It's not nice. It hurts. Don't do it. You show that clock who's boss. Once again, free cam is my friend, as you can kind of see me standing behind the clock. I think this works. I was toying with a face that was a little bit rounder, but I think this kind of fits the vibe of this tower a little bit better. So yeah, I guess let's go with this and start spreading the clock tower love to the rest of the tower. Okay, now, I want you all to look at this for a minute and tell me what I've done wrong. Don't worry, I'll wait. The whole clock, it's off. It's off by 1. That what? Wait a minute. Wait just a cotton picking minute. I officially am stupid. No, seriously. I have no words. This is just dumb. Whoa. Okay. No. Okay, fine. 1 death later, the clocks are all in place. And they're all telling the same time, which is awesome. It's about noon 30 here. I know it's a really stupid way of saying that, but still. This is fabulous. And now the clock tower looks, well, just the whole tower in general looks a lot less silly. It was looking a little plain, so the clock is definitely a plus. Now, and you can see with the way this building was built up, the tower doesn't look nearly as tall and out of place. As I said, I'm going to bring some more of the factory over here. So it's going to tie in fairly well, I think, once I figure out how this all works. With the clock tower done, I've got one last thing I want to do here, and I think I'm just going to clean up this villager area. I was sort of focusing on the outside today, but man, this looks bad. And you free cam out here. Look at this. You look inside. Oh, it's fine. Oh, this looks just horrible. I mean, aside from the rain, look at all the dirt and the... it just looks bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift my villagers around. I'm going to put at least my librarians, I'm going to put back here. Looks like I'll probably want to dig out a little bit more along the outside here. And I don't know quite what I want to do with the this group over here, but I definitely want to spread them out. Having them compressed in is nice, but I run into issues where the villagers don't update their trades, or like this guy here, he just never picks up a job. This is going to be a job. I'm going to do most of it off camera. I'll bring you in at certain points, but you don't need to sit. Nobody wants to sit and watch villagers get moved. All right, let's get this done. So this is basically what the farm is going to look like. The villager trading halls. I'm going to put trapdoors, right, so they'll look like this once the villagers are in. I'll take those out for now because I'm going to run some rail back in there, and I kind of need those to be there. So, cool. So next thing we're going to do, I'm going to get these villagers in place, and we should be good. Now, I'm going to reorganize them a little bit so they're easier to get access to, and I know where things are a little bit nicer. These 4 slots, which aren't labeled, I've got a couple of villagers that don't have trades I want yet. I've got a couple of villagers like this Fortune 1 guy and this second Silk Touch guy who's got channeling. I'm not entirely sure I want to keep the channeling enchantment, so some of these may not survive this process, but let's get the rest of them in anyway. And the librarians are moved. This is a much nicer looking setup. Now, I decided to keep all of my villagers. This guy will eventually become a librarian. Once he realizes he's got a lectern behind him. But this is good. And the librarians I use the most, or have the most need of, like the mending, unbreaking, all of that, these guys are over here. Now, I do need to update their signs. Like, he also has binding and unbreaking, right? This guy also has Thorns 3. But for the most part, I think we're set. And we've got a nice look here. Now, I do need to redo the ceiling. That's fine. But I like this. I like this. This is going to be a lot nicer. And then once I get these guys moved out, oh, this whole area is going to look actually pretty good. This is looking a lot better. Let's move my clerics in over here next to the villagers. My little leather worker is hanging out by himself over there. And my farmers, I decided to keep the farmers around. They're hanging out here. Now, I need to deal with some lighting because, well, torches on the floor does not say, I am a high-level build. No, not so much. But this area is looking a lot cleaner. And then through here, this still needs a little work. The villager breeder outputs over this way. But I've moved, my Fletchers, all of my blacksmiths and stuff over this way. And I have room over here for something else. I don't know what. Maybe stonemasons, something. I don't know. But this is all sort of hidden within the tower. So for now, I'm going to not stress about it. But this overall is looking great. Now, there is one other change, which is sort of a big deal, is the water elevator that I used to use to get up here is gone. That's right. I got rid of it. The only way up and down now is through this elevator. And down here in my workshop, where the elevator is, or bubble vader was, I just set up the doors and took that up. So, yeah, it's a little bit cleaner up top, and I'm pretty happy with it. And if you look at this from the outside, like I've got here in free cam, this is looks so much better than it did before. Now, I still obviously have a lot to do. I have some exposed machinery and stuff, but oh, this factory is looking so much better than it was even when I started this episode. And that's going to do it for the episode today. Oh, this is great. It took way too long to get all of these villagers moved, but this place looks so much better. And if you've ever had a major villager migration, smash that like button. Or even if you avoid villagers like the plague, same thing. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and we've got more fun stuff coming up next time. And until then, be excellent to each other. And this is Music Free Gaming signing off.